What up, everybody? Lonnie here, Charts and Labs. We're going to jump into a little bit of a research video. I don't have a position in either one of these tickers that I'm going to be comparing. I have played both of them. Trading side, I have never held any shares of them long term, but I thought this would be a kind of a fun one to compare and show, steps and processes that I would go through in researching. The two tickers that we're looking at are Coinbase and Robinhood. And the reason I picked these two is because of the crypto connection and kind of stock connection that's coming with banking changes and the tokenization of the stock market and other assets. I see both of these being some really big players in the upcoming tech shift in the banking world. Um, the the two have some great crypto exposure and are very disruptive in the banking side. And these are types of stocks that I really look for and I like is is that disruptive model of what's coming and what's changing. Who's ahead of the curve because it allows you time to get in at a reasonable rate. You don't have to try to throw in a bunch of money all at once. You can kind of buy in gradually and ride it as tech changes. So over the last 6 months, both Coinbase and Robinhood are down respectively about 23, 27%. And they haven't taken off this year yet. There's a lot of hold on the Clarity Act that is near being complete, and so that's obviously changing uh, a lot of things in that regard. But let's pull up. I'm going to just pull up one of the things that I like to do. I don't want to do this one. We'll just go like this. It's fine. No, don't do that. Fine. It'll be right here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. All right, let me share my screen so you guys can see what I got going on. We are looking at a little chat GPT breakdown just to get kind of a initial start. I have a built GPT that's built for stock research that I've trained this bot to do these searches for. So we see Coinbase down 27.25% over the last 6 months. Robinhood is down 23.4. Robinhood had a bigger move up on Friday, which is why it's not as down. And it seems to be really much more of a spike and then fade, where Coinbase has been holding its moves a little bit more gradually. So that's as of Friday, the close. They were up 3%. I think Robinhood was up like 10%. Big picture. Looks like a cleaner business story right now is in Robinhood. Stronger current profitability, diversified revenue streams, broader financial gap. Coin is a higher beta crypto infrastructure trade. So, as we would imagine, Coinbase is a little bit more uh, crypto than Robinhood, as Robinhood has um, their banking stuff that's coming out and taking off and being really disruptive into the online banking sector. Um, Derivatives, Coinbase, the current catalyst comparison. Good has a hotter short-term momentum. Recent rally was tied to the Trump accounts. AI agent trading integration, Robinhood becoming an infrastructure, broader retail finance. Coin is a better crypto regulatory catalyst. Coinbase and Robinhood both benefited from the news around the U.S. access to crypto perpetual futures, but Coin is more direct beneficiary because it's more crypto native already. So options, desk note. Max Pain was 185. Max Pain was 77. So Max Pain is where the most premiums are lost to the market makers. That's because it is the number where the most puts and the most calls are out of the money, meaning that they expire worthless. So market makers would take full profit. So you can see Coinbase was very close to its max pain, while Robinhood broke out and finished significantly above its max pain. Uh, next trade, fresh June 5th chain. Pull that up next week. We're just doing some very entry level research right now. Um, Trigger to hold above 1992 and support that 95 because they had a big move up $9 on Friday. First target 100, 105, stretch 20% swing targets from 94 is about 113 as far as owning shares, but we would probably be looking at contracts, so you don't look at that unless you're looking for that strike. But losing the 86, 84 zone of support, especially as volume shrinks, that would suggest Friday's breakout failed. So that'll be the zone that we're kind of looking at for Monday for Hood to be continuing. Coin's bullish setup is the crypto beta reversal. Coin works if crypto risk appetite improves. So really watch Bitcoin and Ethereum as they move and as more people are shifting to them. Coinbase obviously has heavy traffic and heavy benefit from that. So also be 20 to 40 days out, 20 to 40 days out on those plays. Nothing too short term. And staying within a 20% range of current price. 20 days out. Not a bad play. Definitely something I'll be looking at. So right now, business wise, we really like Robinhood. Uh, Higher crypto upside is obviously Coinbase. Relative strength in the chart is Hood. Best pullback candidate is Hood. Best reversal risk short if markets weaken. Coinbase would be more susceptible to any kind of downward pressure. Better for a small cash account is Hood. Mainly because the stock price is lower and the business is currently more diversified, though option premium still needs checking before entry. So small cash counts are the ones that we're talking about that are under $25,000 and and trading one trade a day, and not using margin. So there's our quick little Chat GPT rundown of these. Now let's look at what the charts say. So we have Coinbase here on the left and Robinhood here on the right. These are 2 hour candles, and over the last 6 months, just looking at that time frame, basically going into early or into December, but mostly through this year. I guess we could just do year to date, would probably be more accurate. If we do year to date, we shift to a daily candle, and you can see there's actually a lot of similarities where this was, of course, the um, when the conflict in the Middle East happened, whole market came down. These guys were obviously very susceptible to that. They're tech companies, so the higher risk sentiment is who gets taken out first. We do see the nice solid bounce. So let's go ahead and see on array. Off this first bounce, I'm going to use both of the bottom candle bases, not the wicks, and just to see that kind of held but was failed on the first attempt. Let's look at Hood. How did we go off of this? There is no really up pressure. Again, we'll go off of this first bounce and look for off the candle bases. Similar trajectory, and you can see that failed, but it returned here and respected it on the upswing once it broke down. So broke down and respected it on the upswing. So we would look for a another test. So I kind of want to see we do this on an extended because I want to go backwards. Where did this one hit? These tops. So this one is off of these rallies and right through that. Let's see if it comes back. And yep, we get some confirmation back here. Previous years, this has been respected, very much respected right here, very sharply. So there is a move on an expansion on a move up from this hopefully support. If we can kind of track this out, let's see if we can get a little bit of a. Let's go to this one. Nope, that's not a good one. Let's do that one. This. So we see the respect here while it's deciding. This is heavier volatility from the Middle East conflict, but we have really strong confirmation here on this double touch, and we got the touch here and touch here. So, and we see parallel, a fairly parallel channel right here. So looking for the bounce up to this level to test before moving to this very sharp one. Let's see what we got on Robinhood over here. And this is much more of a flatter. So we do this horizontal on this one right there. We probably come back and we get some touch here, very strong. Robin is a little bit younger in the market, so we're not going to get very clean with this one, I feel. So if we go this to that, that's going to be not a whole lot of. This is from the IPO, huge run up. If we touch, what was the high on this? 94? 94.40. Oh, delete that one. Change the color. Purple. Okay, so we zoom out on this. Again, Robinhood's very short, not as long of any kind of information on this chart, but we do see it did touch. We're using this day very lightly. I just don't see a lot in here that's making me jump up and down and scream, thinking that we have a definitive channel. Let's make this one this. So from this touch right here, and the breakdown right here, see if I can stay above next week. This one's going to be much more of a high risk play. We're playing this on the possibilities of what can be in the future. Is looking at that one if you want to play it. Definitely could see like a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders where this kind of, this little gap up right here kind of happened, but this kind of rebuilt the shoulder. And if this arm can extend up, we can get into this range. The only really down, we do have some solid down here though. So just kind of as a short range triangle gap zone or region, this area is going to be a lot of decision making, I guess. So let's go to 4 hours. See if it looks cleaner at all. Yeah, if we could get to hold over 90 and a break over 93, strong break with volume, it could be a good move there. And a quick move could happen, to play this wick right here would be our first target. We have a strong wick down and a strong wick up, showing us that 110.43 is going to be a zone of interest on this rally up. So I like that. We have a buy signal on our momentum indicator. We have the sell signal still holding on Coinbase. We haven't quite got into that positive yet. Go like this from the top to the top, changing colors a little bit. This one is much more undefined. It's a little bit farther range, so the points have the validity because of the timeline that they happen. They're not too close to each other, but we don't have enough multiple touches on this one to be really strong in our feeling that this is going to be a zone of interest. I would love to see a huge run up that far, but I just don't quite see it. We do have some pretty strong multi touches in this area. Let's do a horizontal line. Multi-touches with some wicks. Strong draw to that. Wick came up, wick, and wick. So this 238 is going to be a pretty strong zone. And I say these prices all the way to the cent, even though like it's not a hard line. As much as like that's my mental um, target or goal, got to recognize that it's really this 238 to 240 range. It could even be like 230 to 240 range is going to be because you'll zoom into it. You'll get into a tighter time frame and you'll get a little bit more specific. But just kind of for these directional moves and which way are we playing it to start moving? We're looking for these channels. Want to stay in this channel and track upwards and test breaking out of it. We don't really have a strong definitive channel for hood yet, but breaking out of this resistance, this test uh, would be very telling of a strong move up. These are two plays that I am looking at, not just for the week, but for the next 3 months, probably. I'll be watching these guys um, as the Clarity Act comes out, as risk appetites shift. These guys are software and banking. Uh, Software companies, banking, we have tokenization all coming. There's a financial institutional shift occurring with this Clarity Act. There's going to be some big moves in the world of finance. So, not your normal AI stock name, even though these guys are going to have the AI plays as far as their AI optimization. Um, but they're not a direct software company, not a direct AI chip making company that you typically are seeing a lot of people pour into, but definitely two names to consider adding to your portfolio, or at least watching. One, both, one or the other, or both. I don't think is a bad play. I think these are going to be two that will benefit in the years to come with the way things are changing. Um, Make sure you do your own research. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is how I do research, and these are things that I look for in companies, stocks, trades. I see plays both short term and I see plays long term as these guys are undervalued in the year compared to many of the others that have ran a lot. If we shift these to 4 hour, we see upside above us, and these guys are both trying to hold upward momentum. So these are two names that I like, but make sure you do your own research and see if you like them as well. But until the next one, guys, have a good day and hope you guys are all making just a ton of money. Later.